Hey, welcome back to the Ping Pong Flix Show. My name is Chris Wong, here to give you up-to-date DC movie and shows and game news daily. Today's news includes Titans Season 3. When is that filming? Also, HBO Max, the Suicide Squad spinoff series, Peacemaker. There's news that it's going to be filming pretty soon. Also, there was a confirmation about a certain person that actually did join the Black Adam movie. And another exclusive rumor who someone else could be eyeing another villain in the Black Adam movie. Another character is headed to the DCEU. Let's find out who. Ava DuVernay actually has an update status on New Gods. Also, Courtney talks about a Flash versus Captain Boomerang movie, maybe. And also, the last thing of the day is that David Ayer actually released 2 Suicide Squad Ayer cut images today. But before all that, I have to thank my members of the Ping Pong Flix Show. Thank you to all my members of the Ping Pong Flix Show for joining and being the lifeline of the Ping Pong Flix Show. Thank you so much. I hope you've enjoyed the exclusive access videos I've had for you. Also, just reminding you that once we reach 100 members, we will have a random prize drawing for awesome DC content. And of course, have to thank the rest of my subscribers. Thank you to all the new subscribers. Again, once we reach 15,000 subscribers, we are going to have a random prize drawing for some cool DC content, DC merchandise. It's back there somewhere. The first topic of the day is Titans Season 3 filming. When will it start filming so we can see some things? Well, apparently it has. It has started filming. There's 2 images that was released today. One is of a bottle, Titans bottle right there. Not really sure what's in the background, but what I'm looking at would probably be the Wayne Manor. The Titans' first filming is in the Wayne Manor, which will actually introduce Red Hood and possibly even Batgirl as well. I'm really looking forward to more Superboy, actually. I mean, there's not much super going around, so Superboy would probably be the one character I love in Titans 2 and going into Titans 3. Next up is HBO Max, the Suicide Squad spinoff series Peacemaker, apparently is filming next year. This is coming from Hollywood North.buzz. New series, HBO Max Suicide Squad spinoff series Peacemaker with John Cena to film in Vancouver next year. And it has been updated. The working title is Scriptures. Targeting film dates is January 11th to June 9th of 2021. Peacemaker is a man who believes in peace at any cost, no matter how many people he has to kill to get it. Cast is, of course, just John Cena for now. There's only 8 episodes. Mammoth Studios in Burnaby. The writer is James Gunn. Director is also James Gunn. Plans to direct several episodes. I'm thinking probably the beginning few and maybe even the ending. The producers, James Gunn and Peter Safran. And again, this is the official poster for it that James Gunn had put out a while back. So that's great news. That's fast. They're already filming next year. We haven't even seen the Suicide Squad that comes supposedly still coming out in August of next year, depending or not the theatrical situation is working out for Warner Brothers. But at least they're not stopping there. There's no delay. They're getting ready to film this series. Whether or not this ends up coming before the Suicide Squad movie or after the Suicide Squad, let's wait and find out. But in any case, John Cena's got a lot of work cut out for him, and from what James Gunn and everybody says, he is got a killer role in the Suicide Squad. Now, a week ago, I covered an exclusive from the Illuminati where they talked about Sarah Shahi joining Dwayne Johnson's Black Adam as Isis, and it has actually been confirmed today. Confirmed by Deadline and The Wrap and The Hollywood Reporter that Sarah Shahi will indeed join Black Adam. They even cite that the Illuminati was the first ones to cover this scoop last week. So congratulations, Illuminati. You got it right. But I want to read to you the one from The Wrap, because the one from Deadline doesn't actually say who she plays in Black Adam. Sarah Shahi is set to star opposite Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson in Black Adam. DC and New Line's highly anticipated superhero movie, according to an individual with knowledge of the project. Shahi will play Adriana Tomaz, a university professor and freedom fighter leading the resistance in the fictional Middle Eastern country Kandak. Shahi joins a cast that includes Aldous Hodge, who will play the role of Hawkman, Noah Centineo, who will play Atom Smasher, a character who can control his molecular structure with the ability to manipulate his size, strength, and durability. Both Hawkman and Atom Smasher are members of DC's Justice Society. Jean-May Colette Serra, who also directed Johnson and Disney's Jungle Cruise, is on board to direct. Rory Haynes and Saurabh Noshrivani wrote the latest draft of the screenplay. Adam Stittskill wrote the previous draft. Due to the ongoing coronavirus pandemic, it is currently unknown when the superhero movie is expected to go before cameras, but the studio is eyeing a second quarter 2021 production start. And I truly hope they do start shooting, because right now there is no actual release date. But with all these news that all these people are giving cast, does give me a little bit of hope that they're getting really very ready to shoot this movie. And I think they really should, before they change their mind. Shoot it already. Speaking of Black Adam, another person is looking to join the Black Adam crew as well. This time it's Aladdin's Marwan Kenzari is being eyed to play the villain Ishmael Gregor, a.k.a. Sabak, in Black Adam. Who? Yeah, I have no idea either. So I figure I just read you the article in itself. A new supervillain to be featured in the upcoming DCEU film Black Adam has been revealed to be Ishmael Gregor, also known as Sabak. For those unfamiliar with Ishmael Gregor, don't feel bad. Okay, I don't feel bad. The character only appeared in a handful of issues in the early 2000s, primarily as an antagonist to the Outsiders and Freddie Freeman, also known as Shazam Jr. or Captain Marvel Jr. for the old school readers. In the comics, Gregor derives his power from Satan and brandishes a sizable pentagram on his chest. Ishmael Gregor was a Russian mob boss who stole the powers of Timothy Carnes, also known as Sabak, becoming a powerful demon with powers akin to Shazam's, along with the added bonus of a lingering stench and the ability to breathe fire. He transforms into his demonic form by speaking the word Sabak, an acronym for Satan, Aim, Belial, Beelzebub, Osmodeus, and Kratos. And I think I said all those wrong, by the way. While he has no strong connection to Black Adam specifically in the source material, his connection to Freddie Freeman directly ties him to the larger Shazam family. Additionally, he once absorbed the 7 deadly sins, growing large and incredibly powerful, only to end up trapped inside Katana's Soul Taker sword. Oh, interesting, Katana. While the DCU version of Ishmael will be drastically different from his comic book counterpart, there are 3 pre-existing DCU characters he could encounter as a fun acknowledgement of his history in DC Comics. Black Adam's new nemesis. Through casting information available to the Illuminati, we can confirm that the Black Adam production is searching for a male in their 40s to play a strong supporting role as a villain named Ishmael. There is interest in Tunisian-Dutch actor Marwan Kenzari, which you probably may remember as Jafar from the new Aladdin movie. Keep in mind that while their interest may mean that Kenzari is in contention to play our villain, it is still quite possible that another actor will be ultimately cast as Ishmael. You got to put those safety features in there just in case it goes out wrong, right? What it does tell us is that the writers are not concerned about maintaining Ishmael's Russian heritage in Black Adam, which is probably for the best, considering how deeply stereotypical it is. Additionally, he's described as the descendant of a murdered pharaoh, so casting a person of color in the role is undoubtedly the right decision. And you're going to start to see this after a while, and you're probably seeing it already, that the Black Adam is pretty diverse in this film so far. So they also added a note here that since the film currently lacks a release date, rewrites are always a possibility, but the script remains unchanged in regards to antagonists. Black Adam and ISIS have a hellish battle ahead of them. What's interesting, they said here, would you like to see Marwan Kenzari portray Sabak in Black Adam? And should Karen Fukuhara return as Katana to take him down? Hey, that's a pretty cool tie-in that they can make that happen, having Karen Fukuhara as Katana come back in and kind of connected to the Suicide Squad, which we'll be talking about a little bit later. But it does have an interesting note here that really, I mean, there's villains in this. What looks like appeared to be initially just Black Adam playing the villain against the Heroes Just Society of America. They're looking like they're teasing multiple different villains as well. As I've talked about Eclipso yesterday, now it's going to be Sabak in this one as well. And Black Adam is looking like a really, really large movie, an epic adventure, and possibly being its own kind of building its own universe, you know. So I think that also why Hiram Garcia and Dwayne the Rock Johnson says that this movie is going to be the change of the hierarchy of power, not only within the universe, but that the Garcias and Dwayne the Rock Johnson will probably build up their own universe or connected to the DCU in big, big ways. They have a lot of big plans for the Black Adam film. So just like The Flash, Black Adam is probably my second most anticipated DCU movie because of what it could actually do and change the DCU theatrically from now on. Now, there is a whole slew of movies that are probably in development or at least in discussions at this moment, but there is one movie that is currently still being written, and there are back and forth between different people saying that it's still alive, it's not alive, is it active or not active development? Well, Ava DuVernay herself actually has an update status on New Gods today. Thank you to Mike Soups Kenobi. It says right here, when someone asks, what about New Gods at Ava? And Ava DuVernay says, still alive. So there you go from Ava DuVernay herself. For now, this movie, New Gods, is still alive. Which stage is it at? I have no idea. But it's still alive, according to Ava DuVernay. And as if we didn't have enough characters coming into the DCEU, and frankly, there's not enough characters that are coming into the DCEU, it needs to grow. There is one more character that's headed to the DCU. This is an exclusive from Geeks Worldwide. They have it right here, exclusive. Vixen is headed to the DCEU. Looks like Geeks Worldwide has exclusively learned from multiple separate sources that Warner Brothers is currently developing a new project based on the DC character Vixen. Unfortunately, we couldn't get detailed info as the project is in very early development with the studio currently taking pitches, but we can tell you the studio has their sights set on reintroducing this character to a mass audience. If I had to guess, this project is likely being eyed from Max, as Warner Brothers' current theatrical slate is jam-packed thanks to COVID delays, but we've seen stranger things happen, so there is no real telling yet where this ends up. In fact, there's an update for this. Our source provided additional info explaining Warner Brothers is setting up Vixen to be their Black Panther and hopes she will have a similar impact. They added a theatrical solo, if definitely in cards, with the likelihood of an earlier appearance in another DC film. Vixen seems to have background focus on WBDC for a while, as they have once produced a short-lived animated series that would later spin off into a live-action appearance on Arrow and eventually recurring role on Legends of Tomorrow. Now that Vixen has had her short stint on TV, WB apparently feels she is ready for a bigger audience and a bigger budget. Many of us probably didn't notice, but we got our first tease of this project during DC Fandom. If you aren't familiar with the character, Vixen is Mari Gioe Mikabe, and I think I totally butchered that name, I apologize, a superheroine in possession of the Tantu Totem, a magical amulet that allows the wearer to harness the spirit of any animal, thus conjuring their powers and abilities. Vixen has spanned the DC universe as a member to the JSA, Justice League International, and even the Suicide Squad. The possibilities with her entry into the DC film universe and virtually endless, as she has been a long-standing DC icon since 1981. And so Vixen was created in Jerry Conway and Bob Oxner, debuted in DC's Action Comics 521 in 1981. So that's why I'm teasing this little thing out there. Not that I know anything about this, but I thought this would be a cool way to have it spin off from something. Since Vixen first appeared with Superman in Action Comics, would have been cool to see her origin connect somehow to when Superman goes to Africa in BVS. No more Superman. All right, okay, fine. But I really do think, like they said, as a spin-off or have her cameo in a certain film, like a short appearance or something like that. I think, I know there's a lot of people in Black Adam right now, but giving her origin, the closest country that could definitely have her be in there would be in Black Adam. I think that would probably be the best way to have her an early appearance in a DC film and then spin off from there. That could possibly be one way to do it. Or like they said, it could be an HBO Max series as well. It could be a HBO Max movie as well. There's certainly different ways they can play with this character, and that is really exciting, actually, that they're not only, trying to get the main DC cast, but they're also going down deeper and broader to pepper in these little characters and really, truly expand the universe, right? And I'm really happy for that. But I still need some of that Superman. I still need it. I still need some of those original Justice League members. Another person who really wants one of those Justice League members so he can fight against is Courtney. Courtney wants that Flash versus Captain Boomerang movie that we've hinted at in the Suicide Squad, David Ayer's Suicide Squad movie at the beginning of his movie, where he actually captures him, but you don't really see it. He just goes, that's it. That's pretty much it. But there is a lore there. There is some history there that could very well be explored. And so I think Courtney absolutely thinks that as well. This is coming from Screen Rant. Courtney wants a Flash versus Captain Boomerang movie. Screen Rant said this: I talked to your co-star for another film last week, Joel Kinnaman, and you're ready to make your second appearance in DCU. However, your true adversary in that franchise is the Flash. Any chance we can see you reteam with the Flash as you did in that little teaser in the first Suicide Squad movie? And Courtney said this: I hope so, man. I hope so. People higher up than me make those decisions, but I think the fans would love that. Who knows, man? Who knows the shape of how our things are going to go? I think there's tons of properties being made, and they're tackling some great success now coming DC's way. I think they're making some really good movies, so we'll see. That would be awesome. If it was up to me, I'd have that thing in development already, but we'll see how he goes. So he's really optimistic about that, and optimistic about DC movies as well. And I'm wondering if this is actually kind of a hint that he's going to survive the Suicide Squad. And that's not necessarily true. I mean, there's still a multiverse where he could still be alive if he dies in the Suicide Squad, or it's a prequel film before the Suicide Squad where they can throw him in a Flash movie. But if it is going through a timeline and not going back and forth, then yeah, Captain Boomerang could actually end up being alive after James done the Suicide Squad. But don't expect that though, just in case, because you might get heartbroken if he just gets killed like in the first 15 minutes or so. I don't know. But speaking about the Suicide Squad, and I'm actually talking about David Ayer's Suicide Squad, his Ayer cut. Looks like David Ayer decided to share a few images today. The first one is here, that he shared on Instagram a picture of Enchantress, and that's what she looks like. Very, bright. I don't remember it looking like this. Looking at the original image, she does look a bit different, maybe even darker. A lot of that green here, but over here, you actually do see the symbols here. You do see a lot of the symbols here. That's what I noticed right away. So yeah, I guess they even messed with her design as well. Now, I'm not really quite sure if this is a picture or an actual VFX shot. I mean, you see her face, but the hands kind of look like it's drawn. I'm no expert at that, so I'm not going to comment on that, other than it does look different than what we got in the theatrical. So they may even change some things over here. I mean, look at the purple on top. There's some green here. There's different colors, multicolored. Maybe they thought it was too bright. Maybe they thought it's not sinister enough. It's got to be a little bit more scary. How ironic. So they developed that one instead. But this is David Ayer's version of it. He even had a comment to say about it. He says, And I guess someone was giving him hard time, so he had to respond. He says, "I love your Batman tattoo. This enchantress image was part of my original look and is not complete at all. Unfortunately, I was deprived of the opportunity to deploy it as I intended. My vision was mutilated. Date that hurts, so have mercy on me." And I guess someone had a problem with him. But he does say that's not a complete look. It's unfinished. Oops. It's unfinished. And hopefully we'll get to see the finished image later on. Now, the other image here, and Wonder Meg actually posted this up. Thank you, Meg. Thanks for being a member as well. David Ayer Movies put this on his Instagram as well, and that what looks to be Joker sitting at the table. So, two images from the Ayer cut. It looks like it's ramping back up again. At least David Ayer is just peppering us with a little bit incentive to tell us to keep asking for release the Ayer cut. And I gotta say, they really should release the Ayer cut at this point, right? I mean, it just makes so much sense. There's nothing coming out in the theaters, and even Wonder Woman 1984, there is some conversation that when it gets to December and things are not looking up, then they could possibly delay that again. And so what have you got to lose? Let's start going into the vault, start doing things to movies, previous movies, utilizing VFX, utilizing editing, whatever it needs to come out with a newer version of a different version of it, and entice people to go on HBO Max. This would be the time. This would definitely be the time. So HBO Max, Warner Media, please do us a favor and release the Ayer cut of Suicide Squad. All right, that is it for today. I want to thank you so much for watching. Like I said, if you absolutely love this daily dose of DC content from movies, shows, and video games, please click the like button, hit that subscribe button down below, and ring that notification bell. Keep this hot dog light on, and I'll see you next time.